Yeah, tuning out. Let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold in the city you know. Yeah, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate with Gerod on the mic. We're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place.
Let's uplift this place.
Yeah.
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 Oh, Lord, I guess he's truly back.
Huh?
I guess you're truly back.
You what?
I guess you are truly back.
You'll get used to it again.
No, I'll just cut it off like I always
No,
do.
you'll get used to it again.
But before we
and
get
by the way,
started,
Ramona Bodie, Ramona's Accents, told me to tell you she loves the song.
anyway,
No.
anyway,
Huh?
anyway. I'm
It's
not
all
going
right.
to fight with Ramona because she can
I
fight.
get more people telling me that he just hating on you.
Anyway.
I be like, I know he is. He be all right.
But start the day off by saying, it's Taco Tuesday y también Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, today is Cinco de Mayo.
You see, and all the people that want to send the Mexicans back, they're all celebrating.
Right. I got to talk about this. And maybe it's just me. But have you seen this commercial on television?
Oh, the one that was on the other day?
Hold on. No. With John Fleming, who's running for governor. I don't know what he's running for. He's running for senator or whatever it is. John Fleming.
Honestly, when the political ad comes on, I change the channel. I turn the TV down.
They got him driving a yellow school bus.
Oh, the school bus taking the Mexicans back
Well,
to
all
Mexico?
the Mexicans sitting in the
Yeah.
back seat talking about hey, we need to bring them across the border and bring them. And then the bus, you see the bus going down the dirt road with the Mexican flag hanging off the back
Yeah, I
of
saw
it.
that one.
He's driving with a suit on, black suit, smiling, with all the Mexicans
Man,
sitting in
these
the back.
people are so
I'm like, that has got to
damn
be the most
racist.
racist crap.
They are, but that's the thing that's what those people who vote for them like. That's why they get the vote, because they're like, oh, they think like us. But the minute they get into office, they're taking everything away from you that you need, like your Section 8, your food stamps, your Obamacare, as they say.
Obamacare?
Obamacare.
Yeah, they don't know the difference between the Obamacare and the
Not at all.
I'm like, wait a minute. You don't like Obamacare? Nope. I can't stand it. Can't stand Obamacare. But I love the health care that they're offering from the federal government.
It's like, you do know that it is Obamacare.
You do
right?
know that it's Obama. No, it's not. Okay.
It is.
No, it's not. That's what they say. No, it's not. I'm like, all right. Obamacare. Boy,
Obamacare.
today has been a day
Boy, tell me about it.
in the news. It's the news that you can use in the news that won't give you the blues,
No news is
and
good
that you
news.
can choose.
No news is
And
good
like
news without Gary. Good news.
Like Stephen Colbert would say, it's also the news about what's the name of what's the name of the what you call it? It's the news that you could use. I'm like, Lord help us. But I've been looking around and saying to myself, and I don't know if I'm saying this on behalf of everybody else, but I don't like us being in the news when it comes to racist stuff. I know I get those calls and be like, bro, what you talking about? We always been in the news with racist stuff.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead on and say it.
Clarify yourself.
But I'm feeling that this little dude that we got as governor is definitely following behind his daddy.
Little Hitler.
Yeah. He following behind his daddy, which is going to get him in a whole bunch of trouble as well, because there is now a recall petition that we can verify and tell everybody that, guess what? It's for real. It's the real deal. Because the lady, it's two ladies now. I thought it was one lady, but it's two ladies in Baton Rouge that have gone down to the Secretary of State and filed to recall Jeff Landry.
You want? I should play the audio.
You have it now?
I do that. I got it.
You got it? Go ahead and play
I'm ready, lock and loaded, homie.
You could wait.
Couldn't wait. That's why I sent it to you earlier.
Everybody take a listen now. This is going to be, because she's telling you, I did my part. Now, are y'all going to do y'all's part? Here she is.
God damn it.
All right, you want me to introduce it again?
Yeah, because I have it playing.
She said I did my part.
Wait, hold up. It's playing, but it's not.
Now, y'all got to do y'all's part.
See if it's going to work.
And
Let's see.
Here she is.
Man, it's not letting me play the video audio. I don't know why this always happens when we try to play off of Facebook.
State's office, and we
All right,
have
hold on. Let
filed
me
the
bring it back to
petition
this-
against.
This thing be tripping.
All right, y'all, come with me to file a petition to recall the governor, Jeffrey Landry. All right, y'all, so we are down here at the Louisiana Secretary of State's office, and we have filed the petition against Governor Jeff Landry. We did our part, y'all. It's time for y'all to do y'all part. Let's go. And I just want to make this very clear because I know it's going to come up. I am not affiliated with any party. If you pull up my voter registration, I am an independent. Well, they call it non-party now. I'm not trying to run for no type of office or no seat. I'm not no lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And I could care less about being on their news stations. I don't care about being no activist or no politician. I'm definitely not no politician. I am born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My children are from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My family is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is my home. And I'm embarrassed that we have a governor that would drag us back to Jim Crow era, where we have a governor that does not care about black and brown people in his community. I care. I care. And I'm tired of talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the think pieces. I'm tired of marching. Somebody got to do something. So I did the hard part. Y'all pull up and support me. Maybe I'm delusional because I really do believe that the 92% do stick together. We do. I want us to prove that to them, that we do stick together. They want to believe that we're so divided, and we're not. We're not. I'm not asking y'all for no money. I'm just asking you for your signature. Unfortunately, these signatures have to be done in person. Unfortunately, it would be so easy for me to just send y'all a link, right? It has to be done in person all across Louisiana. Okay, so I'm not going to just ask y'all for y'all signature. I am asking for people to come out and support us. We are going to get together very soon in the next couple days to kind of get organized on dates that we're going to be out and about trying to collect signatures. So if y'all are interested in not only signing the petition, but giving us your support, that would mean so much to me. Last but not least, y'all, share this video. Tag as many people as you can tag. Also, I'm calling on our black leaders. I'm calling on the pastors and the bishops and the activists. So, y'all tag y'all leaders. Like I said, I ain't no politician. You know, I just did the hard part. I'm just tired of talking about it. I want to do something. So, yeah, y'all do something with me.
All right, there you have it. Her name, a lot of folks want to know, who is that? That is Caitlin Patricia Collins from Baton Rouge. And I can tell you, just like she's serious, dead serious. It's been filed. And if you go to her Facebook page, if you want to go and check her Facebook page, it's Caitlin Patricia Collins, Collins. And on that, today from 3 until 7 p.m., they are going to be at Drusilla Lane, Suite F in Baton Rouge. That's 2320 Drusilla Lane, Suite F in Baton Rouge. If you'd like to volunteer, if you wanted to come here, if you all want to know, more than likely we're going to have some folks where you're going to be able to sign up here. I think if you get Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Shreveport, you more than likely going to have enough signatures. So the signature is probably going to be about 650, 680.
Speaking of petitions, show them the subpoena I gave you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a petition, too. That's the recall petition. That's
as the official
where
petition.
she turned it in, and it's official. So this is the official recall petition for the state. All right, Ryan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Not much. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Before I found out about the petition yesterday or this morning or whatever, reading, and but before that, a couple of days ago, I was just, with all the court decisions and whatnot, I called a friend of mine, brother, a friend of mine, whatever, in Lafayette, just because I wanted to see what they thought about what the turmoil and chaotic nature of the governor's decisions and other folks that are pushing those decisions. And he said they're not real happy. The community's not. They pretty. That's his own backyard, and they're not happy at all. So.
Right, and where's that, Lafayette?
Lafayette, St. Landry area. I'm sure St. Landry is behind them a good bit, but there's people everywhere in Louisiana, and it's not. I think that the armor's cracking. As far as like, I'm not gonna call them ignorant, but the brainwash is cracking. I think people are starting to see through Trump's armor. It's not that he ever had any really, not real armor, but they thought he did. So anyway, I just got that to say.
And this is your folks in what you said, Lafayette?
In Lafayette,
okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Lafayette, Broussard, Scott, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty populated little area too. So
I wonder though, will we show up for this?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
That's the
is,
question.
Like,
I don't want to down us.
Go ahead.
I don't want to down it and tell everybody, well, that's a big task if if you think about over 600,000 people. But we got the numbers. The question is, will you show up and sign and bring your ID? That's it.
Right. Yeah. Are people worried about backlash? Because they are the type of people that'll look at those names. They are. But what can they really do if you get the names and get the vote on? What can they really do? I mean, good sense. And it's not just. The thing is, it's not just black folk. Is my point.
Right.
It's Cajun folk. It's white people. Other people are starting to see through the cracks. You know what I mean? Read between the lines, and there's only so long they can keep this little charade up. So, but if they can, how much damage can they do in the meantime is a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
We're gonna see. I think people are tired. I do think people are tired, and usually when you have folks tired, we'll show up. And I know that it'll probably get us attention this weekend, especially if they're out there this weekend standing in line to sign up for this petition. So it'll be interesting. All I can do is say, don't just do it there. Got to do it in all the other places across the state as well. I hope they're going to do it here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, boss.
All right. Y'all take it easy.
You too, man. All right. So, yeah, the recall petition has been placed by the Secretary of State, and it is official.
Here's a thought. Second line signing party.
That'd be good, especially here.
Yeah, it will work.
So
But to participate in the second line, you must sign first.
well, you can't hold nobody. And to be in the second line, you got to sign. Oh, come on now.
To be in that line, you got to sign.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy. All right, y'all. We got to take our first break of the day. We'll take a break. We'll come back, have some more conversation in just a minute. Don't forget, I'm also naming those folks in NOPD
Oh, Captain Petty.
that made over $200,000 or more. We got some names and some numbers.
Say, bro, let me go get my vest out the car first.
Bring your weapon too. More coming up, y'all.
On Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, here's a snippet of some of what we cover. GPS pioneer Gladys West.
We worked long hours computing trajectory orbits and satellite orbits, trying to get the data and everything correct enough.
Auto analyst Mark Bland.
14 new vehicle deals that happen in this country out of every 100 that women don't have a fingerprint on.
To tune in, check out Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, Saturdays at 4 p.m. on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping Seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. Miss Anita.
Hey, how you, Mr. G?
Good, dude. How you doing?
I'm good. Listen, I would say I would talk to my pastor as soon as she find out when she get everything straight. We could gather a bus and take some folks out there. You know, all these churches, got too many churches and too many communities not to get together, get a bus ride, and go out there and bus loads.
I just don't think that I just don't think we got to go out there. I think that we can have I think that we can have just as many folks here that are participating with her. It's going to be important. It's actually going to be crucial to have different locations to be able to sign up. Because everybody ain't going to be able to go out to Baton Rouge. But if you can do it here,
right,
and have the necessary equipment or the necessary information, which it is, you got to be a registered voter and you got to have your ID.
Right. And I believe that. And I know a lot of senior citizens can't make that trip. That's true.
So I would rather have more people here, because remember we're bigger than any of the other cities that might be involved in this. So you want to get as many folks as you can here, and then you want to also get East Baton Rouge, and I honestly believe that there would be just as many other folks than just black folks that's involved. I really do. I think that whites,
Oh yeah.
Latinos, and everybody else is going to be. And don't forget that they let. He's the one that let ICE come up in here.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
about our Latino population?
They should be the first ones to sign up.
Yep. So that's important. You got to be a registered voter. If you have not thought about it, you need to be registered to vote. You got to have your ID to sign up. Because remember, one of the things we saw in the last recall was, fake names and folks that were not registered voters.
Right, right.
So we need to do that. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
said something else that's important. The churches need to be involved.
Oh, yeah.
But will they?
I don't know. Guess who have been collecting money every Sunday?
Well,
Sooner or later, you ain't going to be having the money collected if, things keep going like they are.
yeah.
Going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think it's important that the organization.
Well, I'm going to do it. So however you do it, I'm willing and I'm able. And I'm going to take as many as I can with me.
Yeah. I was actually trying to push Miss Caitlin to come on the show and talk to me. But she's saying, I don't even have 5 minutes. Not today. She said, not today. So I'm saying, okay. I just wanted to get on the air and tell us. But I also got on her Facebook page. I'm telling everybody to go to her Facebook page because she's got some locations where you need to go. And the recall sign up.
What's her name, Caitlin? Caitlin, what's her name?
Caitlin Patricia Collins. That's Katilyn. Patricia Collins. Okay?
Okay, gotcha.
Check it out. Check out her Facebook page. I know a lot of folks are going to her page today, so.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I will do that.
All right, dear.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
So, let me give you the info. The recall info for folks in Baton Rouge. If you feel like you should just take that drive, here it is. The address is 2320 Drusilla Lane, Suite F in Baton Rouge. Let me give it to you again. 2320 Drusilla Lane, Suite F in Baton Rouge. And it says on here that we are taking signatures from 3 until 7 p.m. Bring 10 people with you. Bring your state ID. And in red, it has, you must be a registered voter. You must be a registered voter. Show up, speak out, sign up, make a difference. Can it be done? Absolutely, it can be done. It can be done. And I guess the other part of this is how tired are the people in Louisiana? Now, it also says on here is if you don't live in Baton Rouge, hold tight because they're organizing the volunteers. So we may have someone in your area, or you can follow. Because they're going to give you all the information very soon. Very soon. All right. If you want to volunteer, they're going to send you the Zoom link invite very soon. Let's go. Let's get it done. And let's make it happen. I can tell you now that the other television stations, they're probably going to pick up on this now. But this has been going on since yesterday. But I can guarantee you with us putting it out there, they're going to pick up on it now. They will. And we should make sure that everybody knows. Please send it out to somebody. Now, the other part of this conversation today It's something we've been working on for a good little while. Well, what you mean, Gerard? We've been working on this and saying different things about how some of our finest in blue are being treated. It's like if you making some money with all, and let me put this out here. With all the stuff that goes on in this city, y'all know very well that we have to have security, which is usually provided by NOPD, whether they're directing traffic, whether they're there to make sure that there's no funny stuff going on. And when they're not there, we criticize and say, hey, we didn't have enough of them or something of that sort. I know because I'll do it too. I ain't above nobody. It already told me years ago that after Katrina, we had a lull in the number of police officers that we have. We didn't have enough of them. So, did the number of things in the city of New Orleans increase or decrease? Now, the numbers went down as far as the men and women that we have that wear the blue. But it looks like to me that the number of things that have come back to this city have increased. So that means I got to have security, police officers, traffic directions, safety for everybody with the numbers that I have. So that means I'm going to have these police officers that you're telling me that we don't have enough of to step up their game and be at everything. But yet, when they take on the responsibility of saying, I'll do that detail, sure, I'll be at that detail, we criticize them and then blanket them with, oh, that's fraud. Oh, you're fraud. But the people that's saying it's fraud, number one, don't know nothing about details, law enforcement, how this thing operates, how your person is supposed to do. We have no clue. But the worst part about it is we listen to it, including the ones that have to make the decisions on if this is really fraud or is this just a man or a woman that takes their job serious enough that they get out there and work when nobody else wants to do it. And then you tell me it's excessive amounts of money that they're making. But we act like they walk into somebody's office with their hand out and a gun pointed at them and saying, give me the money. We damned if we do, damned if you don't. And then if you do, somebody that's supposed to be protecting you is telling you, oh, you got to go on administrative duty. You're going to go and sit at a desk, not be able to do no details, not be able to make no extra money. Supposed to be for a certain period of time, and then they extend it past that time and violate your rights. Oh, baby. So there was a letter that was a formal complaint that was put to city leaders that says, We write this letter to formally raise a concern. Every one of your city council persons has this letter. So does the people from PIB, along with your superintendent and some of the superintendent's deputies. This letter is written to formally raise a concern regarding what appears to be a pattern of discriminatory police investigations within the lower ranks of the NOPD. Specifically, there's a growing perception supported by observable incidents that investigators are disproportionately directing toward black employees, while similar violations by officers of other racial backgrounds are not subject to the same level of scrutiny or consequences. We have observed multiple instances in which black officers were investigated for conduct that did not result in comparable actions when committed by white male officers or white female officers. This pattern raises fairness and compliance and very big concerns with that fairness and compliance with federal and state discriminatory laws. These investigations into possible payroll fraud should be applied equally based on objective standards and free from bias. Whether intentional or unintentional, these disparities not only undermine officers' morale and trust, but also exposes the police department to significant legal and reputational risk. So, there have been some requests that have been put out here from the chief of the Public Integrity Bureau, Mr. Keith Sanchez, and they are looking for an impartial review of the working hours for the following members of the NOPD. Please don't think that you have to call me to get the names of the letter. It has been sent to you. The first officer, Captain Sam Palumbo, in the 8th District and is the 8th District Commander. Captains are on salary. They really don't do details. They may be at the Superdome or the games or something of that sort, but their main job as a captain is to overlook people. So why are you getting paid hourly rates and getting overtime? Nobody asked that question? I will. Lieutenant Dan Anderson, male supervisor, a white man who earned $245,000 last year in 2025. Why isn't he investigated? Officer Chris Abbott, $220,000 last year. More than $33,000 of that $220,000 was overtime pay. Did a supervisor approve this overtime? Lieutenant Sal Corona, white male, earned $244,000 in 2025. Why is he not investigated? He also works the Superdome detail, which is not included in the overtime spreadsheet. Was his time approved by a supervisor? Officer Chris Kalka, who's only been on for less than 2 years of employment, earned $20,000 in overtime in 2025. Sergeant Stephen Crable, $21,000 in overtime during 2025. And Officer Manuel Castilian received a salary of $275,000 in 2025. $33,000 was overtime pay. Did his supervisor approve this? And the additional overtime? These are more salaries than some of the ones that you're calling and telling me that they're doing payroll fraud. And you all have also put in perspective that they would have to work every day 8 hours or 12 hours and 30 minutes per day for 365 days. Couldn't have no time off. I even heard that on the other dude's radio show. But we ain't never heard these names before. And we ain't done. We just started. We just pulled these names out the hat. We got more. And I'll be more than happy to call them all out as public information.
Do tell.
It's public information. But if that's the case, can y'all see why I am saying this looks discriminatory? It looks that way. You would think that all these officers were operating on base salary. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. They are getting just as much or even more. You talking about somebody made $279,000, and the first time that you're ever hearing this is right now. And you can't find it? If I can find it, if my people can find it, and you call yourself an investigative reporter on the television, why can't you find it? More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Greetings and salutations. I am Elwood B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
This is The Law and Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Comparing the cost of wills, successions, and trusts.
A will might only be a few $100s, but your family could end up paying more in legal fees.
Trust costs more upfront, but saves time, stress, and potentially thousands.
Think of it as paying a little now to avoid a big bill later. Smart planning means big savings for your family. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Life Care provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
When you talk, we listen. WBOK. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. A lot of folks hanging on the phone here. GI, you still there?
No, go ahead.
Hello? GI, you with me?
All right. Let me,
GI, you're not listening?
Hey, G-Man.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing said. I'm with Miss Marion right now. She's pretty busy. She's pretty busy. I was hoping she can get a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, she did. She had already sent me a message saying that she was really busy, and she didn't even have the 5 minutes. So I told her, I said, okay.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's why I want to let you know that I was with her right now, and it's looking good.
It's looking good?
It's looking good.
So let me ask you then, do we have a place here in New Orleans?
That I do not know yet. Because I am in St. John Parish.
Oh, really?
But she's taking all of them over here. She's starting the forms up and everything. If she just have to list them by parish.
All right.
You got to have you need to be correct when you sign up. You know, with the address, your voting address and everything need to be correct with all of that.
Okay. Does she need us to do anything? Does she have a list of stuff that she needs us to do? Because I see where she got the address, what's going on from 3 until 7 p.m. But I also see that she says bring your state ID and you must be a registered voter.
Yes. That I'm not sure if she's, like I said, she's so swamped right now.
Okay. I'll wait.
Just swamped.
I'll wait, but tell her I'm on her. I need her to give me the info.
She said she's definitely going to make time. Today is not the media day, but because it's just getting going.
Okay.
But she is lining all media up.
So do me a favor. What is her last name? Is it Gabawan? What is it?
Like the G is silent.
So it's Bywan?
Juan.
Okay. All right. And you talking about Miss Marion, right?
Yes.
All right. Good enough. I see it. Well, tell her that I'm looking for. I'm looking for her in the daylight with a flashlight, looking for her. So.
And I tell you what, both sides of the hand are covered.
Yes, indeed.
they in here.
Well,
you can flip your hand how you want. They in here.
Good, very good. Well, we need to get it moving in New Orleans, and I'll try to find out. But keep in contact with me and let me know when what we need to do in New Orleans.
I sure will.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the call. All right, Purple.
Hey man, how you doing?
Oh, I should have known who that was. What's going on with you?
Oh man, I tell you, Gerard, with this movement that the two sisters out of Baton Rouge are starting, one would think that SCLC, their local branches, NAACP, their local branches, one would think that they would be, would reach out. Maybe they are. One would think that black churches in every parish would be reaching out. One would think that these black elected officials would be reaching out. Now, granted, it just started yesterday, but I'm sure these two ladies, and thank you, ladies, for what you're doing. I pray you'll continue strength. But in this season, if folk ain't serious about us, and I'm talking about black folk, then they will never be. And again, either you're on our side or you ain't. Gerard, in reference to this investigation about these police officers, we've been asking the WBOK family, you, Counselor Bagneris, we've been asking them to be transparent and investigate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So again, where is the mayor? Where is the city council presidents, the at-large members, in the city council? Where has your investigation been, or have you had one? Or were you just satisfied with them messing over Negroes? And I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This ain't the season for us to be playing with these people.
Nope. You're right.
Especially black people.
What the youngsters say, don't be playing with me. Ain't no time for that. All right. Yes, indeed. Nooney.
What's up, G? How you doing, man?
What's going on, trouble starter?
First of all, man, listen. If the people in Baton Rouge is ready, I'm ready to get the group in New Orleans ready to do the recall. I'm ready, and I'll just wait on the orders. I'm ready to round people up and say, let's do it. That's number one. Number two is I agree with the caller, Cedric, that where's the NAACP, where's the black preachers, where's many people at, right? So I agree with that. He's right on point with that. But Gerard, one thing I want to bring before I bring this police issue up to you, I want to talk about Calvin Duncan with the Jim Crow. You did a good job yesterday of saying how the man got in and then they fired the man. But what we got to understand, Gerard, is that way back they was getting black candidates thrown out the race, which was Section 5 of the Civil Rights Act says you don't have to pay a poll tax. You didn't. So that was the Jim Crow laws they was using on good qualified black candidates to get thrown out the race. But you got to be careful what you do. Some of them went with that bill, got the racist Republicans to put that bill together, and that's when they started hitting Section 5. So what they did is say, we're going to use them, and later on, we're going to use Section 5 against them. And they gut Section 2 out. And so, like Cedric said, we need this movement. And I'm telling everybody on all the amendments to vote no, 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 no. Something I must give Cedric credit on. He been saying for all, where's the second line clubs? Where's the Mighty Indians? Where are the group? We are the power. And when we decide to come together as a group, and you have been saying we need to get under one roof and come together. So I want the sister to know anything she needs, help for the recall, I'm here. And I'm willing to travel if a group won't travel to New Orleans, because we got to get rid of Jeff Landrew. Reverend Calhoun called him half pint. He said he half a trunk, and that's his son. So, I'm with that and with that movement because there's more to come. But now, about these policemen, let me talk about them for a minute. Everybody have been asking for them to do a fair investigation. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying blacks didn't break the law, but how they're making it like blacks can't make overtime. But my question is, where are these whites? The first one name you call Palumbo. Let's talk about him. He's a captain. He's not supposed to make overtime because he's on salary. But guess who he is, Gerard? That's Hines Gutley, best friend. And so Hines Gutley, best friend, when you went about the test cheating on the test, guess who was in charge of the test, and guess who made the investigation go away? Palumbo. So at the end of the day, all those cops' names you call is a disgrace and it's a shame, and we should be outraged about Calvin. We should be outraged about the recall, and what this police thing look like to me, Gerard, is the same thing they're doing to Calvin Duncan with Jim Crow laws. They're doing to our black officers to take over the police department. 85% is African American, or it might be 75%. But at the end of the day, we see what they're doing. When we talk about Chad Cottenham, here, this man was over the whole city surveillance. They don't want to talk about it, but had Chad been there, he might have prevented the tragedy that happened in the first quarters. Had Chad been working, he would have stopped the shooting in the ninth ward. Now, let's be real. This brother Chad has brought down all these big gangs. But the white racist police chief, and I'm calling out because she said Chad was dishonest. So if he was dishonest, you want to tell me he was dishonest because you said, then you want to say about her, and a friend who is Jeff Landrew's brother, the Inspector General with his racist self. Because at the end of the day, he sits there, Gerard, and then after the black cops come out, he say he started an investigation. Well, this letter that came out, now we want to hear why you, Mr. Inspector General, never said it was racist if you so good. We want to know, Mr. Inspector General, why you never called none of your white cops out. Because you and Kirkpatrick and Skip Bayless and WWR Lou Norman, I ain't scared to call him, and Ralph at the Metro Crime Commission administration is racist, and y'all the ones trying to take those brothers down. Y'all the ones trying to take Chad and all the black officers down, because we not that dumb. You gonna put black officers on the news every day and expect us to think that they don't got no white officers stealing. Even Stevie Wonder could have said something wrong here. You know what I'm saying, Gerard? And it's a disgrace how it's gone, but I'm mad at our elected officials because I gave all of them a letter. And if they were serious, Gerard, about racism, if they were serious, they'll be on this today. They would have called Kirkpatrick and then they'll put some white folks' names. Because like you say, you got the list and you're digging. And see, they were smart when they put the list out. They didn't put black and white because they think we didn't catch on. But we caught on, WBOK, Gerard, and me caught on, and many more that's out here fighting. So it's time to come up. Your girl,
I don't understand how you
Laura
can have.
Hill.
I don't understand how you could have at least one police officer that made more money than all those police officers that you got under investigation. You're $25,000 away from being a $300,000 a year police officer.
Say that again, Gerard. And guess what? She made more than what his name is. The beachcomber man that called black folks then were Hines Gutley. So that tells you something is wrong now. And Ann Kirkpatrick want us to believe that she for us right. But I agree with the man from Oakland when he got on here and talk about racism. Wow. Racism is going on with the black cops. Look, I can call a cop that left because of racism. Captain Dupree. I can call another cop, Chris Gutley, left because they had been so much in the system, Gerard, where they brought cops 2 years and they came over them. I would have took my retirement too.
Yeah. All right, keep it up though. We got to find some more names. And look, those those ain't the only names. They're not.
That's right. We gonna bring them all out.
More coming. You, Gerard. More coming.
All right.
All right, Nooney. Yep, we got to take the break, y'all. We got more coming up. Everybody hold tight.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 3 people are dead and 5 others critically hurt after a large fire in Upper Manhattan.
There's been plenty of fires. They have a lot of issues in the building, gas leakage.
Flames tore through a 6-story building in Inwood, displacing more than 100 residents. Fire officials say open apartment doors helped fuel the blaze. Ford is recalling more than 179,000 vehicles. Federal regulators say a defect in the front seat frame of the late model Broncos and Ranger pickups could increase injury risk in a crash. The recall includes 2024 through 2026 Bronco SUVs. And police are investigating conflicting reports of a shooting outside Chris Brown's Los Angeles home. A woman told officers a man fired at her car, while the suspect claims she ran over his foot. Brown says he knows nothing about the incident. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. My number 504-582-9422. I'm getting requests from folks to say that we need to hear their names again. We'll get to it. We shall get to it. All right, Galloway.
What's going on, Brother Gerard?
Oh, you the man.
No. Louisiana finally making some noise.
Huh?
I woke up. Y'all making Louisiana finally making some noise.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up this morning before I get the coals out my eyes. That was the first thing smoking here in Texas. Jeff Landry faces recall.
Yep.
I said, well, I told you yesterday that them girls had put it out. And it just took a little time for it to trickle out. But if you look, it's spread across the nation. You got AOL, you got USA Today, and you got other MSN, other big newspapers have captured this. So he's on notice. But I'm begging my people, just one time listen to me. Don't go in there half-cocked.
Right.
Before you go to sign that paper, you got to have all of your stuff straight. It's one thing to get on the internet and protest, but in person, have your stuff straight.
Yep.
And I do agree with Cedric them about asking all these organizations that, but we also have to engage with them. I'm part of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. I've been reaching out to them, and they say as soon as something is final, they're going to reach out to the Louisiana office, and they just need the names, which I got the young lady's name, and I know she's swamped. Because now, everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to, participate. And I wish she would have more than it's just her and the Huey Newton Gun Club. I think she should have a little bit more people to help her because it's going to be thousands of people trying to help. But once, she got 6 months. So once she get a plan to get organized, and I really believe she going to find people from every parish that wants to get in there. Yep. I hope Chuck from Monroe, he would be a great person from up there.
Right.
To see the
and not only that, but he's very close with the Monroe Free Press.
Yes, and that's about the next thing I'm about to say. You got to get these black newspapers, the Tribune, the Daily Free Press, and that press up there in Monroe. Get those folks involved. I'm not saying drag your feet, but don't rush all up into it because this stuff is very important. The whole nation is watching. If you're making local news out here in Austin about Jeff Landry being recalled, you got that wheelchair governor over there in Austin, what's his name, Abbott, that maggot. Mm-hmm. He looking a little crazy right now. Folks sick and tired of being sick and tired. But let's do this thing right. Take your time, and I hope that she gets time to come on WBOK and talk.
Yeah, she's going to make some time. She's going to make some time, but she just told me right now she is swamped.
Yes, I kind of figured that because I'm like, man, because this hit everybody yesterday when I seen it. I said, man, them folks going to be in there. But I'm telling you this, the Congressional Black Caucus in Louisiana and in Washington, D.C., if you're not going to support this recall effort, you don't deserve our vote. I'm telling y'all right now, every single member of the Congressional Black Caucus in Louisiana and Washington, D.C., if you're not supporting this recall effort, you do not need the black vote. And we don't need you to come in when the signatures are done. Mm-hmm. We need you coming in now. Them same black churches that y'all go to and ask for votes, how about you go there this Sunday and say you in support of the recall?
Yep.
I'm going to put my name on it. We cannot, the Cedric is correct. Ain't no time for playing now. These folks are trying to take us back to Jim Crow, and if we don't get kicked like Landry out of office, and it's another thing, while we're doing this recall, I wish somebody would also open up a voter registration drive. You can have a recall in one room and voter registration in the next room. And you got to find a candidate also right now to defeat Jeff Landry if he's not recalled. Mm-hmm. So all you people that's thinking about running for governor, you know that you're not going to get any more than 3 to 5%. Please stop running. Come on over here and drink a little OE with me. Leave this to some big boys. Get that candidate or maybe one or two or maybe two candidates. But we got to start thinking ahead. These folks, which I didn't find out until today, you know the author of Project 2025? You know he has a PhD in African-American history?
Who's that?
What's his name? I forgot his name, but it was because they sent it to me, and I thought it was. I'm telling you, I thought it was a scam. I said, man, y'all playing with me. Ain't nobody. And Kevin Roberts, the president of the Heritage Foundation, got a PhD in African American history, and then used it to author Project 2025 to dismantle civil rights.
Wow.
That was sent to me today. So that's another thing I was about to say. Remember how they took down our African leaders. William O'Neill did it to Fred Hampton. Mm-hmm. The photographer of Martin Luther King, he took down MLK. These folks will try to infiltrate us. That's coming next.
They are going to. They're going to.
Yes.
But what we got to be able to do is to know that they're going to infiltrate you. You can't put your trust in the man sitting by the door. Watch who you're talking to, but if you're going to give directions to everybody thinking that everybody's going to keep it to themselves, you are mistaken. So whatever you say and whatever you do, have your plan together, but know that these folks are going to be infiltrating you.
Yes, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, I hope this young lady is the young ladies are ready for threats, intimidation, all kind of stuff is about to come your way. You are messing with the Deep South. And I understand we're born and raised in the Deep South, but we don't understand the threats and intimidations that our grandparents and parents and ancestors had to endure with. You know, I tell folks in 1957, you had black people voting. Very small. But you know, if you was a black voter, you could not be a member of the NAACP in the 50s. That's how strange these folks act towards this. So I just want everybody to stay focused, keep your head on the swivel, and watch what you say, who you talk to, and what you're talking about. Because you're going to get some folks that have probably even signed a petition to get in the group to see what you're really doing.
Yep.
Watch, these people are devils. Malcolm didn't call them devils for no reason. So, but then again, you're going to have some good allies. But that's all I want to say today, man. I'm going. You already know. I'll be down this weekend to sign mine. Like I told you, hell and high water.
Yes,
hell and high water. Stop me from signing that petition. But have a good one, brother Gerard.
All right, Galloway.
Hey, Gerard, I want to say this. And to the police officers, listen, little Billy Bob and J Boy, y'all stealing too. Y'all gonna get caught because the black media is gonna expose you. Thanks for taking my call, brother.
All right, thank you, Galloway. Let's take a listen to again to let y'all know that this petition for this recall is for real.
There may be work happening on the outside of the Capitol,
but there's even more work happening on the inside.
On May 16, you're not just voting on candidates.
You're voting on 5 constitutional amendments that impact your everyday life.
Jobs, taxes, schools, even political power.
And once these changes pass, they're hard to undo.
Amendment 1 shifts control of state jobs to the legislature. This could mean fewer protections and more political hiring, less merit and more politics. Vote no.
Amendment 2 creates a separate school system for St. George. This could reduce shared funding and widen disparities. Less equity, more division. Vote no for Amendment 2.
Amendment 3 promises teacher pay raises, but cuts long-term education funds to do it. Short-term gain, long-term risk. You may remember this from last year when you voted no. Vote no again.
Amendment 4 lets parishes eliminate taxes on business inventory. That funding supports schools and emergency services. Less revenue, less resources. Vote no.
Amendment 5 raises the retirement ages for judges. That impacts access, turnover, and representation in our courts.
These amendments don't exist in a vacuum.
Voting rights and representation are already being challenged.
With changes like closed primaries,
access to voting is already shifting.
This election is about more than voting.
It's about protecting your power.
If you don't understand what's on the ballot,
someone else is making decisions for you. So be informed, make a plan, and bring someone with you.
The Power Coalition wants you to know.
Your vote is your power.
All right. There you have it from the Power Coalition. So y'all need to be voting as well. Now, that's something that we have not said in this show today. But supposedly he tried to cut off the primary, but they didn't tell you that the Supreme Court didn't say you can't vote. Voting is still happening. So don't get just get all upset and, oh, Lord, we not going to vote. That's a deterrent. Go vote. Early voting still going on. Go vote. Make sure you got your stuff together when you go. Take your ID with you. Now, supposedly on the federal level, it says that you do not have to have an ID to go vote. So if you are going to the polls and you don't have your paperwork, you don't have your ID, call for a commissioner. You got to come. All the polls got a commissioner. And if they don't have one there, you tell them, I'm not leaving until I see a commissioner. They got to call for the commissioner to come. Do not walk away. Don't let nobody take your vote from you. You're going to vote. Make sure that you know where you are supposed to be voting to. Did they change your location? Because there have been a couple that have been changed. And if you can take somebody with you, take somebody with you, especially our elders. Take them with you so you can go. Okay, I see Caitlin telling me that she wants to come on tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. That'll be good. So let me get your opinion. I want to get your opinion. 504-582-9422. Let's talk about this recall. Just for a minute. Can it happen? We're talking about 500,000 people that we got to get on this recall. Can it happen? Oh, there you go already talking about it can't happen. I didn't say that. I'm asking you, what do we need to do to make sure that this can happen? Is there something that we can tell Ms. Caitlin and all the rest of the folks that's going to be organizing this thing? Hey, make sure we got this. Make sure we got that. What is your suggestion? What's your suggestion? 504-582-9422. If nothing else has put a spark behind you, underneath you, or near you, or whatever, this should. Because I got to tell you, a lot of us have been feeling disenfranchised, have been feeling like we went back to Jim Crow, feeling like my vote don't really count at all. But did this make you go, all right, I'm in? Now, I know my audience is going to always tell me they're going to vote. My audience is going to tell me, get out here and do what we need to do. We're going to volunteer. I already know what my audience is about. But what about those other folks? And I don't want to make it sound like we segregated either. But what about those other folks that tell you all the time, I don't like voting. I don't like politics. They don't do nothing for me. How do we convince them? What do we say to them to make them get up and get out? What?
I like Monty's idea too. Recall Donald while we at it.
You call what?
Recall Donald.
You know how many
signatures
signatures you would need for that one?
A whole lot. Give a second line. It could happen.
Where? In New York? In New
National
York,
second line.
In New York, it'll be a bike race. I'm sorry. That's how they get down. But we got to get out and vote. We got to get out and vote. We got to make sure that we are part of this recall. And you can't let nobody deter you from going. This weekend is Mother's Day. Don't let nothing deter you from going. Make a plan so that you can do more than one thing. Well, I can't go because I got to go pick up Mom and go do Mother's Day stuff. Go early.
You can make time for it.
And then make some time to go pick her up and do what you got to do.
While you go get those last-minute flowers, stop at the voting poll.
Not the last-minute flowers.
Yeah, the last-minute flowers.
Mm-hmm. So do y'all understand, too, how this recall works? That if you get the numbers that you need, that it goes on the voting polls for the next election, they would make another election to get rid of or vote for somebody else that's going to run for governor. How embarrassing would that be for Lil Trump to be thrown out of office because people don't agree with him?
It'd be beautiful.
Huh?
It'd be beautiful.
But I'm saying how embarrassing that would be.
Oh, still be beautiful.
You would love it, of course.
Oh, I would. Oh, man. I'd go to the second line myself for that.
You think he's scared?
Oh, I guarantee he's scared.
See, the last time, okay, so let me put this in perspective for you. The last time that there was something that folks saw that the governor was doing was when those amendments were popping up and we were running around clapping hands, high-fiving, and doing everything else because they didn't pass, and he was pissed. So I do believe that he will say, whoa.
I guarantee you, we're going to know he's pissed soon as Trump says something. And you know he's going to say something because he can't keep that trap shut.
What do you mean?
He's going to complain to Trump, well, they're trying to recall me. And he's going to do something. Trump is going to try to do something about it like he always tries to do and screw it up as always. So, yeah, let Trump try to do something.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Ron.
What's going on, my brother?
You the man.
Trying to be. You heard me? You know, first shouts out to the Fatherhood Roundtable, as well as the Huey P. New Gun Club. And also shouts out to them sisters, them beautiful black bold sisters out there in Baton Rouge who are not afraid to step up and stand up and do exactly what they're doing. You know, I called because when you asked the question about how we gonna take and reach out to those people that don't believe that this political system affects them, you know, we gotta show them things of substance. I mean, just constantly just saying, you know, we gotta go down there and just vote because our ancestors died for them to do so. I mean, you know, that's pretty much out the window. You know, this generation, they want things of action. They don't want to just keep on hearing, you know, you got to play to win or you got to be in a game to win. You know, all these little fancy cliches that we keep on feeding the community to go with our suffering. Because when you take and look at it, our community, we got to wait and wait and wait while others, what should I say, our community, we got to be stuck in survival mode while others is taking their time and living.
Mm-hmm.
Because living and being in survival mode is two different things. Every time when it comes to our community, even by the people that we give power, that we go out there and vote for, it's the same thing from them. Now they don't have the numbers in the House, and now they want to use that excuse, oh, we outnumbered. But when you had the power, you wasn't doing shiggity, and I say shiggity, not the other word.
I got you.
But with this generation and with the people that's not going to the polls and voting, they sick and tired of being sick and tired, like Sister Fannie Lou Hamer said back in the day. You know, we keep on hearing about the change, but we're not seeing the change.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting out there for the ones that is going out there and voting. We going out there and vote, but our level of support is not coming back to us. I mean, look at our communities. Our communities that's being ran by some of the people that we gave the power to, it's still like Hurricane Katrina hit yesterday. Went from New Orleans east all the way to Wagner. I mean, make that make sense. Even when it comes to national elections, we had Barack Obama in office. And he was the one, a black man, not only got Gaddafi assassinated, but also raised a bounty on the side of Shakur's head. But then you got some of us that's in the way and wonder why we not really making no progress. We taking and doing 360s all the way around, not getting nowhere. But then you got these people coming into the communities with these cliches, you know. You gotta fake it till you make. No, people tired of faking it. Like say, some of us are tired of being stuck inside a survival mode while everybody else is living, and we gotta keep on having to wait and wait and wait. We tired of all that, bro. So I sympathize with the ones that's not out here, you know, even the ones that is out, because I went and voted Saturday, and I had to go through all that extra stuff because I'm a no party, so I had to fill out a little extra paperwork and all these little extra stuff. You know how they do. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that, you know, we need to ride this momentum. And even when the goal is finished, we still don't stop. Because just like yesterday, I went out there to the Calvin Duncan. I missed work and went out there to the Calvin Duncan rally and protest. But it's a shame that when the brother took office, a lot of people said, well, he already got the office, so now I ain't even got to go down there. But look what happened 2 hours later. Because, see, we got this thing to where we get comfortable. We feel like we done already made it. We done arrived.
Right.
So many people, when they found it happened Sunday night, well, I ain't got to go out there. No, the struggle still continues. The struggle don't end because just like they knew that was going to happen and they was prepared for that Sunday. And when I say they, I'm talking about the people that we fight against.
Mm-hmm.
They knew and they was prepared for Monday morning. So we don't take and, you know, we don't wait for war to happen to prepare for war. No, you prepare for war in the midst of peace. You did?
Right. Well.
So, yeah, that's all.
We just got to be prepared And being prepared means being ready to pull the trigger.
Straight up.
There you go.
Straight up.
Hey, Ron.
All right, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, you're right.
An announcement coming up next. Somebody gonna be on the show tomorrow. An announcement coming up. Everybody hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The number of black summer associates at law firms is shrinking to its lowest levels in more than a decade. That's according to a survey by the National Association of Law Placement. And as part of a larger trend across industries, in reaction to a conservative push to end race and gender-based preferences in hiring and in school admissions. I spoke to Bloomberg Equality reporter Jeff Green, who says this decline could be just the tip of the iceberg.
We haven't even begun to see yet the impact of enrollment based on that affirmative action decision. The NLP folks said that's probably not going to show up till maybe next year's class. So you'll have the other side of that ratio affected. The number of black people who were in law school may also be diminishing.
Conservative legal strategist Edward Blum is a name to watch here. He's led several successful initiatives to curb DEI in places like law firms. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
The U.S. Supreme Court has dealt a serious blow to the Voting Rights Act, a decision with far-reaching consequences for minority voters, especially African Americans and others, whether they realize it or not. In a 6-3 ruling, the conservative majority of the nation's highest court struck down Louisiana's second-majority black congressional district. That district, represented by Democrat Congressman Cleo Fields, was created by the Louisiana legislature to ensure fair representation for black voters. Before its creation, Louisiana's congressional delegation included just one black representative, despite African Americans making up more than a third of the state's population. The court's majority argued that drawing districts based on race is unconstitutional, even when the goal is to correct historic underrepresentation. Yet, political line drawing, long used to shape congressional maps, especially for the Republicans, remains permissible. The court's 3 liberal justices sharply disagreed, warning that the decision threatens decades of progress made under the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Congressman Troy Carter put it this way, quote, "For decades, the court's majority has steadily chipped away at the Voting Rights Act. The consequences of this decision are immediate and severe. The hard-fought progress that led to the creation of 2 majority black congressional districts in Louisiana is now in jeopardy," end quote. Civil rights leaders warn this ruling could weaken black voting power not just in Louisiana, but across the nation. The message is clear. If you care about representation, about fairness, about your voice being heard, then vote like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Bottom line, get up off your rusty butts and go vote, damn it. This is Norman Robinson off the top.
Life has a way of shifting priorities, changing needs, and pivoting plans. Home Bank is there for all of them. From understanding your needs, meeting your goals, and celebrating your success. Home Bank is invested in the vibrant spirit of our community and in you. Stop by any banking center across Greater New Orleans or visit them at home24bank.com to get started today. Good business, good for life. Home Bank, a member of the FDIC.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Hey, Louisiana, I'm Cleo Fields, and I need to talk to you about what's happening right now with your right to vote. On Wednesday, the United States Supreme Court issued its decision in a case called Louisiana versus Cali, and struck down Louisiana's congressional map, the same map that created the district you elected me to serve. I have deep concerns about this decision, and I've said so publicly. But what I want to talk to you about today is what happened next, because it's something every Louisianian should be paying close attention to, regardless of your party. Within 24 hours of that ruling, Governor Landry issued an executive order declaring a state of emergency and suspending primary elections for every U.S. House race in Louisiana. Making matters worse, a 3-judge panel in the Western District of Louisiana did not even wait for the Supreme Court to certify the judgment. Instead, the court rushed to block the use of the maps that voters had already begun casting ballots under. Over 100,000 absentee ballots had already been mailed out to qualified voters, including members of our military serving overseas. Many of those ballots were already filled out, already returned, and now the Secretary of State says those votes will not count. Now let me be clear about something. The Supreme Court did not order the state to stop this election. It did not say throw out ballots. Governor Landry made that choice on his own. And here's what makes this even more troubling. The governor and the Secretary of State only suspended the House races. Early voting was set to begin today, May 2nd. Every other race on the May 16th ballot, U.S. Senate, State Supreme Court, Public Service Commission, School Board, Constitution amendments, and all of those are going forward as planned. Same ballot, same election, same early voting, starting today. That is not how a democracy is supposed to work. Changing the rules after the game has already begun is simply unfair. And when the effect of that change is to silence voters who have already exercised their right to vote, that amounts to voter suppression, plain and simple. I want you to know, we're fighting this. Several groups have filed legal challenges to block this suspension. I'm going to vigorously defend your right to vote and to have your vote counted, every last one of them. I'll be holding 4 town hall meetings throughout the District 6 to share the most updated information The Voting Rights Act was built on the sacrifices of people who bled for the ballot. I will not stand idly by while those protections are taken away. And you shouldn't either. Hey, Louisiana.
All right, there you have it. That comes from Congressman Cleo Fields, or Senator Cleo Fields. Well, why they taking away that district? But he's also telling you, don't be fooled and don't go vote. You still need to go vote. Don't let that fool you that you can't go vote. Go vote. It's important now. It's important now. So, everybody's speaking up. Y'all want the folks to speak up? They speaking up. Do your part. Go vote. Now, I said that I was going to tell you that we got a special guest tomorrow. We do. While we've been talking and while you can hear me doing a lot of pausing, it's because it's hard for me to do two things at one time while I'm talking and I'm typing at the same time here. Typing is not my specialty. But I did find Miss Caitlin Patricia Collins, and she answered me. She will be with us on tomorrow. Well, who is Miss Caitlin Patricia Collins? This is one of the young ladies that filed that petition for recall. She will be with us tomorrow at 4:20. Don't miss it. You don't want to miss this one. She's going to be with us. And she's going to give us the 411. And I want to hear that fire. So let me ask you, none of this stuff is making y'all mad? None of this stuff is making the people mad altogether? It's not making you angry? Are we sharing this with other folks so that they'll get angry too? Because it's apparent to me that, that's what it takes for folks to get angry when they actually are messing us over. Well, don't just think that that's the only thing that's messing us over, because it's not. I got the letter that went to all the council people, the PIB of NOPD, and says, hey, there's something discriminatory going on here when we start looking at all these black officers that are assuming that they're doing something wrong. And you've got somebody, your guy, I'm going to call him your guy, telling us that they're doing payroll fraud because they made a certain amount of money. Now, if the investigation opened up the door because they made a certain amount of money and that's it, then I would like to know, what about the white guys that are doing just as much or even more? Because there's a letter that went to all the city council folks. Hold on, let me see who this went to. It went to all the city council folks. It went to the mayor. It went to the independent police monitor. It went to the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. It went to BOP, the Black Organization of Police. And it went to Noble and us, asking about the investigations that have not been done, which includes Captain Sam Palumbo in the 8th District, Lieutenant Dan Anderson, that made $245,000 last year, or Chris Abbott, that made $220,000 last year, with $33,000 that went to overtime. Lieutenant Sal Corona, $244,000 last year. Officer Chris Kalka, with less than 2 years of employment, earning $20,000 in overtime last year. Sergeant Stephen Crable earned $21,000 in overtime during 2025. And Officer Manuel Castilian, $275,000 in 2025. Almost $33,000 in overtime pay. And no investigation? None? I'm almost like Suzette on this one. You all have the chemistry teacher that you all have legitimized from UNO doing the investigations. Your chemistry teacher and his professional aspect of doing this type of work and investigating folks is what? A chemistry teacher. And that's your guy. Speaking on behalf of the police department. And if he does an investigation, everybody drops their drawers so you can show your little weenie. That's not a good comparison. But y'all do drop your drawers. Something's wrong here in this whole scenario that you all always have. And then you got partners, television partners. And these television partners are calling themselves investigators. What? What? Without me calling any names, some of them I don't know. There might be a little trash there. Y'all better watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing. So, if anybody got any questions about who's doing what, let's make it all. Come on. Don't give me a couple of names and y'all sitting back and saying, oh, we're going to put them on administrative something, something, something. So they're going to be tied to a desk and they never go back to what they're able to do. Why can't black folks make over $200,000? Are we not supposed to? But they're putting their lives on the line every single day. You ain't saying nothing about that. Nothing. Nada. Zero. So what are we supposed to do? I think exactly what we're doing. Asking these questions and making a fuss about it because it's just becoming commonplace. And the people that y'all putting on television to speak on behalf of you, they don't have a clue on what law enforcement is all about. Well, they were at home. How many of you, come on, somebody help me with this. How many of you have heard of working from home? Do you have to be tied behind a desk? If you're doing something else? All right, Ms. Matthews. Ms. Matthews?
Good afternoon, Gerard.
How you doing?
All right. How are you? Well, I'm happy today.
You happy?
I'm excited. I'm happy by the fact that I feel like I was telling you yesterday, and you were saying, first of all, hell yeah, we mad about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy in the sense that I feel like we are starting to do something. I'm excited about the possibility of recalling Jeff Landry. But like I say, if you look at it, Gerard, it's been a constant pattern. It's been the guy from Youth Study Center, the black guy, I forgot his name. I say it's been Sheriff Susan Hudson being tried for malfeasance in office. And 40 was the sheriff over 20-some years, and they had way more jailbreaks under 40 than they had under Susan Hudson. Then the same thing, we see the news and we see the unfairness of it. Because if she's going to be tried for malfeasance in office, how come the city council wasn't charged with malfeasance in office for sitting up there not know? So they say they didn't know that we didn't have no money. That's malfeasance. I said the people see the news and they see the disparities. The same thing, like you said, with the police department. It's in New Orleans. It looks like it's just a continuous pattern of discrimination. But today, I am excited because I feel like at least we are going to respond and do something. And as far as the other thing I wanted to say, maybe some ways we can come together rather than us like fighting each other, like the different groups, like Aaron was saying, okay, maybe like the second line clubs, the sororities, if all the different organizations can band together and we can unite. I say even with the musicians, because a lot of the musicians can reach the younger people.
Right.
I say if we all can, make a plan to reach everybody, then I think the recall will be pretty successful. Because I say I was horrified that we could vote for somebody and here's somebody who don't even live in the city could determine that this person shouldn't be in office. So I'm just saying I'm happy in a sense. I just feel like, how you feel powerless, but now I feel like we taking back some of our power.
Right.
So I'm excited about that,
So let me ask you this. Do you think that Landry poked the bear? You think he woke you think he woke some folks up?
Oh yeah, I think he woke some folks up. But people, I think, when I talk to different people, we already have been disturbed by a lot of what's going on. I say, because to me, when they report the news, they're not reporting it from the average citizen's perspective. Like you say, it's already slanted for the story to go a certain way. But just like you're saying with the man Goyeneche been in that job way too long. He should have been gone. To me, it's like like they call them the talking heads. First of all, most of the time they don't even live in Orleans Parish, but they have all this say-so about what goes on here. But here, we the citizens, we've been living here all our life, and it's like what we have to say don't come, and I'm tired of that,
Right.
So I'm excited about the possibility of a recall with Landry, and maybe this will spur momentum for us to try to recall some of the other ones too. So that's why I'm saying I'm just happy about that. But it is sad just about the condition of this country and the condition of Louisiana. They're making our state seem so ass backwards,
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen it get down and dirty like this. I mean, it was that way when I first moved here because he had David Duke, But I thought that, since he's been gone, I thought it was going to clean up some. But now it looks like here we go back down that rabbit hole.
But I think it's basically like because, people have been dissatisfied and frustrated, but it's like, we talk among ourselves, but we really haven't done much. So I'm happy to see a movement going on to combat some of this racism.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy about that.
Well, one of the ladies out of the two is going to be with us on tomorrow.
I heard you say, and believe you me, I'm calling up everybody I know to have them listen.
Yeah, I can tell you she's going to be on at 4:20 tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
so you'll know what time.
I will be listening.
Okay, doke.
And I will tell my people to listen. All right. So have a nice day, Gerard.
Thank you, Miss Matthews. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We'll take a break, y'all. Final break of the day, and we'll come back and wrap up the show.
AURN News.
The Pentagon says a ceasefire with Iran is holding. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth took the podium this morning defending a new U.S. military operation called Project Freedom, an effort to escort commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz, which has been effectively shut down since late February. Hegseth called it temporary, separate from the broader Iran war, and insisted the ceasefire remains intact, even after Iranian vessels fired on U.S. ships in the strait yesterday, prompting the Navy to sink several Iranian boats. But questions are piling fast. Shipping companies aren't convinced it's safe. Oil prices climbed past $100 a barrel, and Iran is calling the whole operation a ceasefire violation, with military commanders warning any foreign force entering the strait will be treated as a hostile target. There are also roughly 170 million barrels of oil sitting on stranded tankers in the Gulf, and analysts say clearing that backlog could take months. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Hoops, Heat, The Truth, On Demand. Ball Don't Lie is now live on all podcast platforms. Tap in, search WBOK Media, find Ball Don't Lie, and bring the fire with you wherever you go. Download, share, and leave that 5-star review, because the game doesn't stop when the show ends.
Looking for a great deal on your next phone? Come see us at your locally owned AT&T store for the latest Samsung and iPhones. Visit us at 3616 South Carrollton Avenue. We have great offers on watches, tablets, accessories, and internet service. Whatever your connectivity needs are, our team is here to help you keep connected. Visit us today at AT&T, 3616 South Carrollton Avenue. Locally owned and proudly giving back to the community.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Final few minutes here before we get out for a Tuesday. It has come to my attention, and it's going to sound a little biased. It's going to sound a little biased. Why, Gerod? Why is it going to sound biased? Because it's dealing with the area that is very important to me. So I make it very clear to everybody that, I live in Lakeview. Oh, you part of the hotsy-totsy. No. It's a nice area. I love the way that area has been taken care of, number one. Number two, my neighbors are nice. And number three, I'm close to the lake. I love that I live close to the lake. And all the amenities and everything that I need are right there beside me. I know some folks are going to say, well, that's not fair because we don't have that over here in this part. I understand how you feel. But I'm just telling you what's good for me. But y'all know I'll fight for you, Lord Ninth Ward, and some other folks as well. But I want to make myself perfectly clear. And this goes along with this bull crap about black police officers making too much money. So I'm not going to call his name, but I will tell you this. The word will get back to him. And I know that somebody's going to send me his name as well, but I might call his name. Y'all send me his name. I might call his name. But I know one thing. This officer that is the head of the security district for the lakefront, that's a bad man. That man has them police officers that work in that security district for the security other than being a patrol officer, has them guys coordinated. And the guys that work in that security district for Lakeview, they coordinated and they seen. You always see them with them cars with the blue lights on, not flashing, but just had the blue light. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Just had the blue lights on. They are seen. And I'm hearing that he's now under the same scrutiny of making money, and now they messing with him. That man got this job doing it. I mean, he's doing the deal. And guess what? When I heard it, it made me think one way. I'll leave that part alone. And then I was wrong because the Lakeview Association, them folks ain't having y'all messing with him. The Lakeview Association is pissed to the highest of pistivity. You heard me.
Spell it.
Huh? Can't hear you.
Spell it.
Spell it. I-T.
Right.
There you go. The Lakeview Association, the members are pissed that y'all are messing with him because he keeps them safe. He makes sure that they understand what's going on. If anything in the neighborhoods happens and they complain, he's on top of it. Why are you all messing with this black police officer? That's the head of that security district. We're going to talk about that too. Y'all going to mess around here, boy, and somebody getting ready to lose their job other than these other police officers that's just doing their job. Watch what I say. Y'all going to call me up one day and say, damn, you said it. All right, I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm going to leave it alone. But watch out, y'all, because this is getting sticky out here with these folks. Craziness. You going to poke the bear. And we about to roar. We about to roar. That's going to wrap it up for me on a Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, tell everybody to tune in because our friend is going to be with us. Caitlin Patricia Collins is going to join us on tomorrow to give us the recall information and let us know what's next.